Okay guys, back. So I'm still not sure if I'm going to be inking, but I do need to punch these corners, so just to mimic the others. So while it's in here, okay, so this will be upright. Gotta be careful on these. So, okay, so that's going to be inside, outside. I'm kind of nervous doing this on my glass mat. I'm like, hopefully I don't break it. I should knock on wood doing this, because that would suck. Okay. So that's been the major excitement lately. And let's see, major excitement. Got new neighbors. I met them the other day. They seem nice. And yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Now I'm like, now all of that drama has passed. Trying to figure out what else there has been. You know, just regular family issues. My little sister flew in for our other sister's wedding. It was so nice to see her. And let's go with espresso because it's nice and okay. Now we need to find blending pad. Okay, hold on. I know that I have some. Oh, Lord. Oh. Always like this, right, guys? I might need to buy another pack of them. Oops, there goes my glue gun. Again. Can't hang on to it. Okay. Let's move some things back. Okay. So, yeah, it was really good to see my baby sister when she was in town for my other sister's wedding. Got to see some family who I haven't seen in 11, 12 years now. So that was really, really nice to get to spend time with them and just kind of, you know, get to see all their smiling faces. And let's see what else. This always takes so long. There we go. There is a train. I've been doing quite a bit of crafting lately, and it's kind of kept me sane. However, my planner has been sorely neglected. I need to start back on that. I meant to do that one. So, yeah. It's just crazy how work and home life seems to just go crazy. At the same time, like, I don't even know. I don't even know how that's possible. I mean, I do, but you know, it's kind of like just gonna do that. My mom is in Oklahoma visiting my sister right now. She actually, when she was flying here, she actually flew through a couple of tornadoes to get here, and they deplaned twice when she was flying out of Oklahoma because of tornado warnings. And so she almost didn't make it for the wedding, but she got here, and I got to spend some good time with her. And then my mom's a teacher, so on her break, she actually flew to Texas to go spend time with my aunt, who lives in Texas, and then to Oklahoma to see my sister some more. And so a little jealous that my mom is spending time with my aunt and my sister, not together, but they don't live that far apart. But one, funds to get there. And then the second time, there's just no time in my schedule right now with school. We're going to be starting a new class Friday. I don't love starting classes on Friday, but makes for a short week. And then, shoot, am I doing the wrong one? That one. Yeah, I was doing the wrong one. So it makes for a short week. And, yeah. So there's that. But I would prefer not to. I guess the bummer is we're going to start on what day is that? Let me look at the calendar, and I have to excuse me. Excuse me. We're gonna just do one day, so we're gonna be there just one day, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Let's see. What else do I have to do? I have a little bag that I need to do, and it's just going to be a little bag that I'm going to put some bling in. So I'll just put some pearls and rhinestones and all that kind of fun stuff. Just for a swap. It's called a bag of bling. So you just put together a bag and decorate it, and put some adhesive backed bling and pearls and things like that in there, so that won't take too long. And then I'm trying to think of anything else. I have no idea. It is July though, so it's like seeing so much Christmas in July. We're going to be having a Christmas in July themed sorry, I needed a little sip. A Christmas in July themed event, Christmas card event over at Creating the Crafty Life. And then let's see what else. We're gonna have special participation crops at the crop. So every month we do like a Skype. We do a Skype crop, and this month there's actually a theme to it. So really excited about that. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. The ladies who are usually there are amazing. Hopefully a couple new faces join us, or some old faces that maybe haven't joined us in a while. They pop in to say hello. It's just so nice. Like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I'm crafting, I just get to the point where I have no mojo, you know. And so then when you sit down and you're working on a project, and you know, you're just chatting with people who are doing, you know, not the same project, but they're doing you know, they're crafting along. It just kind of keeps you motivated. It keeps you, you know, wanting to feel like I inked the wrong one. Anyway, it's always fun, and always get a little bit of a recharge on my crafting batteries. I'm just kind of sharing that mojo, you know? Gosh, these patterns are so pretty. So pretty. I love the florals and the musical mixture. I just thought of something, so just thought of something. I'll have to look it up a little bit later. I like that better. I've probably used this combo a couple of times. I'm not usually one. I don't struggle too much. I mean, I do struggle sometimes, but I don't struggle too much with like pattern papers. I think a lot of times because I do use collections, and when you use a collection, it tends to be a little bit easier just because the papers are all kind of coordinated to go with one another. So I think that it's just one of the benefits of that. It feels like it's been forever since I've done a late night crafting video. I couldn't even tell. I could not tell you when I published the last one. I've gotten really bad at putting my videos up. I've been doing good at filming them. I just have been struggling with editing them. And, you know, I don't do really editing. I just have to, I add in the opening and the closing stuff. I mean, that's really all that happens with my videos. Everything else is kind of uncensored, unedited. But, yeah. There's that. So. I was just looking to see the direction, if there was a direction on that paper. These stripes are so pretty. I really, really like this stripe. I totally dig them. I guess the inking hasn't taken me too terribly long. Although some people would say nearly 20 minutes of inking is too much, but I think it just finishes everything off. It gives it, I don't know, it just, I've always liked the way that inked edges look, so I've always kind of been one to ink those edges. Okay, so now I have to remember when I put all of this stuff together to put my magnets in first. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and close that up. All right, and oops, make some noise. All right, I've got my magnets. Go ahead and just start putting them in. Okay. going to use the 1/2 inch. I'm going to move the tape down just a little bit and then let that there, and then I'll close it in on itself. There we go. Clip those there. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I'm back. Okay, so that one is done. So I'm just going to quickly put magnets in, so there's no like real rhyme or reason on how these go in. The first one, I just make sure it's back far enough, and then I grab, keep doing that. Move my papers. There we go. Just the easiest way that I found to place this way. Now I won't have forgotten to put them in, because I swear I do that with every one, every single time. So I keep telling myself, I say self, we need to make sure that we put these in before, and hopefully when I do these pages, I'll keep the bulk to a minimum. But only time will tell. Oops. I hate fighting with magnets. Go. And then the paper will be extra. It'll hold it in. Okay. Last set. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, I'll be back in just a sec. Okay guys, I'm back, and so now all my magnets are down, so I guess we'll start sticking down paper. They're all kind of sticking together because of the magnets. Just make sure. Okay. So I was trying to figure out how I want, like, what adhesive I wanted to use. And I think I'm going to use my art glitter glue just for speed. So there's that. So I got a new chair. My old chair would not stay up. So I was like crafting, like it felt like sitting in a tiny little chair. So got a new chair, put it together, and it's super, super comfortable. The only downside is it's not quite as tall. Like, it doesn't raise up quite as much as my previous chair did. And so it's it's a little short. So that's the only bummer. My desk that I built is taller than your normal desk piece, because I saw an idea on Pinterest for the desk, and it sits on top of the 3 box, what do you call it? The 3 box storage bins. And I actually had the hubby cut down the one bin and reattach, because it was super, super high. And so I already did that. I do, because it was too high for my other chair, and I didn't want to get one of those like studio, like director's chairs, you know, the really tall ones. So when I first built it, I cut it down and put it back together, and I absolutely love it because it's huge, even though I end up working in this little tiny confined space. And so yeah, anyway, so love my desk, but it definitely could definitely use a taller chair. And little Miss Truly doesn't like it as much because it's not quite as spacious. As the previous accommodation. While I'm here, I'm going to glue these down. I know this will be covered by paper, but I'm cutting it off anyway. Gosh, this is such pretty paper. Okay, so page 1. Covered. And I think I've changed my mind as far as where this mini will be held. I was going to make the gazebo from Jim the Gentleman Crafter, because I thought it was just perfect. But I think I'm going to do a phonograph, and it was done by a Graphic 45 design team member. I think her name was Marta. She was, I think, for a couple of years, and it was beautiful. And I kept seeing where they said she, you know, did a tutorial and blah 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 blah, and I've looked and looked and looked. It is not on her YouTube channel. Her blog is very strange. I don't think it's her blog anymore. I don't think she's kept it up, because every time I go to it, it is in, I think it's Japanese. It could be Chinese, but I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. And it's, I think it's a dating website now. I'm not 100% sure, but it's very strange. So, a little bit weird. Anyway, so I was looking, and I did find some other things, but I was looking, you know, kind of for an SVG cut, and I wasn't finding any of that really, but then I stumbled across this blog. It's called that's weird. I think I want to change this. Tara's Craft Studio. And, yeah, she has a, what do you call it? She has it's called a WPC cutting file. I'm not 100% sure what that is. I looked it up, and it said that it was a Word notepad, and, or Microsoft Word file, and I'm like, that's a weird file. She also does provide a manual template, so I downloaded that, and I'm really just kind of looking for the top part, what do you call it, the assembly of the top, because the box would be easy enough to create, but she does have the template for the box that she created as well. And I was just thinking, because of the fact that this is music themed, it might be a little bit, it might fit a little bit better. So I still have some time to decide what I'm going to do. But that is kind of my thought right this moment. I'm going to kind of scrap the idea of, I'm going to move this down because I'm going to put a border here. I didn't on this one, but I think on the rest I'm going to, because I like the idea that it's a little closer to the bottom. And I cut them at 2 inches because that was the difference in the paper, as far as the, you know, 8-inch paper, 4 inches, you know, 2 inches is the leftover amount. So instead of having to cut a bunch of new papers for those, I went with the 2 inches, and so we'll work it out when I get into decorating the mini. So that's kind of my thought on that. So I'm going to decide obviously in a little bit. So Deb sent me the 8x8 paper. And I have, and so I guess some of you guys were wondering, well, if you only have the 8x8 paper, how are you going to create another large project? Because you've used quite a bit of the papers from the paper collection. Oh, I have the 12x12s. Both the, what do you call it? Both the solids and the pattern papers. So I have both 12x12 stacks. So we'll see kind of where we go. I use this one a lot. Apparently I use this one quite a bit, but I like that combo, so we're just going to keep it. Also, I've discovered that these plastic bags, these paper bags are off, like the manufacturing process, they're crooked, so I'm not too worried about, like you can see there's a big difference between this side and this side, and it's because this piece right here was folded. So we'll go ahead and fix that. Again, I don't know. I know it's going to get covered, but I just don't like it. It's weird that the thought of it bothers me. So, oh Lord, something is making the phone go crazy. Let's go ahead and turn that down. Okay. These magnets are so strong when you first get going. Things start layering, it's less and less. Okay. Okay. halfway done. Oh, yeah, so I started watching a series called The Rookie, and it's got Nathan Fillion in it. Fillion. Can never pronounce his name, but he was in Castle, and I loved that series. I was brokenhearted when it ended. And he was also in Firefly Serenity, and loved that. Now, I'm not a big science fiction person at all, but I watched it and I was obsessed. I had to watch the whole thing. It was a pretty cool series. So, definitely a big fan of his. Can never say his name. I'll remember exactly which one, which way it is. Anyway, big fan, don't know your last name, right? That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, so watched the full season, first season, so I'm just waiting for the next season, and the next season doesn't come out till September, when all the new shows start, so just be waiting. But I'll probably be waiting longer than that, because I don't like watching one episode at a time. I'm definitely a binge watcher, so when I sit down, I watch it like I want to watch, you know, several episodes, if not the whole season. But a lot of times as I'm watching shows, it is this part of art glitter glue is no shine, so it just kind of fades into the background. But I normally watch shows while I'm, you know, working on a project, so I don't just have time to like sit and, you know, binge watch, you know, 20 episodes just sitting there. So, you know, when I watch a new show like The Rookie, I usually have to wait till I can dedicate time to it, so I can pay attention to what's going on. But when I rewatch a series like White Collar, or what else? Just making sure that I had stuck those down. Like White Collar, or Lie to Me, or Numbers, or any Brazilian Isles, or any of those other shows that I really love. Oh, Leverage. Love Leverage. Any of those shows, I need to, where I've already seen them, so I don't need to pay attention to them, then I just have those playing in the background. And so, but when it's a new show, like this, like The Rookie, first time I watch it, I gotta sit down, or, you know, I gotta make sure I can dedicate time to it. Gosh, this paper is so pretty. I am very excited. I have some ideas for it already. Hopefully they all work out like they do, like they are in my head. Gonna need to refill my art glitter glue bottle. This bottle, I always feel bad using it on videos because it doesn't say what type of adhesive it is. It is just art glitter glue. And I've used it so much and I've had it for so long, the dang label wore off. And so this, I believe, is the 4-ounce bottle. And I really like it. I know that they have them in different, you know, bottles. I bought a gallon of art glitter glue to refill this bottle. Obviously, you know, holding a gallon bottle is not, what do you call it, would not work for crafting. So you have to put it into like a little bottle. Now I've seen people crafting and using the 8-ounce bottle and the little 2-ounce bottle, and I think that there's like a 16 or 24. I've never seen anyone crafting with the 24. I can't honestly say I've seen someone crafting with the, I think the 16. But the 8-ounce bottle is like kind of wide. It's like thick like that, and I didn't think that that would work for me. So, and I thought that the 2-ounce bottle would be a little bit frustrating because I use a lot of adhesive, and so if I'm having to refill it every time I turn around, I was like, okay, that would be frustrating. And so I think my friend Kendra actually sent me this bottle, and I absolutely love the size of it. It is like, it's perfect for me. Not too big, not too little. Nice. The only problem is the label has kind of come off. So no one knows, unless I tell them, what type of adhesive I'm using. I've used this pattern, that other pattern, quite a bit, so well, I've used this one, but let's use that instead. So, choices. I'm looking at this, and look at this, you guys. I've literally used that pattern on almost every single one. So, it's okay. They're different, but they're all kind of the same. So I wanted to try and change it up, and I've used this note paper a little bit, but not as much as the other ones. Okay, peel this down again, fix this bag. I guess a good thing it has that pull tab there. Oops. careful where I set this down this time, because once that goes down, I have to rip my entire bag apart to readjust it. Yeah, as I was going through and, you know, cutting my bags and stuff like that, there was definitely a crookedness to them. I was hoping I was going to be able to fix them, and I feel like I have now. So, let's see. Here comes the train. I always have to laugh about the trains. This one is definitely slow. Low and slow. That is the tempo. Oh, I'm not ready to go back to work tomorrow. I don't know about you guys, but it is Sunday. After a long holiday weekend, and I am not ready. Not ready at all. I'd rather not go to work. But I think that's pretty much everyone, right? And mine is just because I want to stay home and craft. I want to work on this project. Because I have to create the mini album before I can start the gamophone, because I need to know how big the box is going to be, or the mini is going to be, so then I can create the base accordingly. And I'm just in my head, I'm like, okay, so as far as shipping goes, I might have to send it not fully assembled. And what I mean by that is like the gamophone part not attached to the base, and then once she opens it, she can take it out and attach the base to that part. Only because I think the larger part, I guess the amplifying part, is like, I think if I looked at it correctly, it's like 8 inches. So I'm just trying to figure that out. Excuse me. And little miss truly is in here. And she's in the little bed in here, just hanging out, having a little snooze. Blakey's hanging out with Daddy. last page. Oh, I didn't glue that part down. Okay, hold on. I was so busy talking and changing things. I forgot to glue these little edges down for the pocket. A little tiny, tiny pocket. So obviously these will have tags in them. I'll make it a little easier. A little bit of glue on her. There we go. Okay. All right. So where are you going? Just gotta. So now we have all 6 pages covered. Oh, good. A little bit. 6 covered. Okay, so now on to decorating. I'm going to clean up a little bit and I'll be right back.